If I'm going to be short because I was sort of added to the program, and it's hard to know what to add to everything else that people have said tonight. You know, how sad the stories are, and also how sad that they are really not widely known at all. And just a short plug for a report that we issued today called Dying at Work in California, The Hidden Stories Behind the Numbers. It's on the web, and we have just a sheet in the back. And we actually try to talk about some of these stories, but also in the context of where there's been struggles to try to deal with them. And so we talk about the workplace violence problems of psych nurses being killed on the job, but also the campaign that the California Nurses Association is waging to deal with that. We have stories from Latino hotel room cleaners who have crippling diseases from changing beds because the hotels have introduced a lot of totally unnecessary things, and then the struggle that they're doing, things like that. A lot of the statistics people have mentioned, we have them all wrapped up in that report. The need for more inspectors, the need particularly for more bilingual inspectors. The big statistic coming out this year is for the first time Latino fatalities surpassed non-Hispanic fatalities in the state. And the state just really doesn't have nearly enough inspectors, but certainly not enough that speak all the different languages of our workforce. And then we have a whole section on what needs to be done. There's been a lot of talk about the need for more inspectors. What we really want to make a case for is that the work that the inspectors do is really vital, a public safety job. And so you might not know this, but whenever there's needs to be budget cuts, all the police and fire and corrections officers are all exempt because they're public safety officers. And we think that the same kind of designation should be made for the Cal OSHA inspectors. We're also working on some kinds of pieces of legislation to clean up some of the problems. We want to commend the work that Ken's office did in their recent audit to document the problems with the appeals board so that when employers fight the citations and you get to the appeals board, workers lose again and again, and some of those problems, now that they're documented, we're working on legislation to change all those rules. But also, people talked about the discrimination issue, and the whole system is just so broken. And, it's not like that's a problem where more inspectors is not going to solve it. We just need to overhaul the whole system. So we're collecting information. We're asking for oversight hearings to be held in the fall. We're going to need workers to come up and testify to put the human stories behind it. We're hoping to issue a white paper that kind of lays out a whole new path of changing the rules, which needs to be done. And also trying to just support, trying to make the connection between health and safety struggles and the labor struggles, and that we need to have bills around covering misclassification of independent workers like the truckers down at the ports, the whole problems of multi-employer work sites, but then also the fundamental need to change the labor laws to organize, because that's really the only way that we're going to have health and safety on the job. So hoping you'll take a look at the report and spread the word so that the stories get out beyond this room. Thanks.